What is going on, everybody? Hey, this is your boy JC from JC Sports Talk, and it is Cowboys week. Even though the Cowboys, some fans don't consider it a rivalry week, but believe it or not, it is for the Philadelphia Eagles. But I had to bring my guy up in here. We did a lot before in the offseason. His tune was a little bit different, but tonight, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be the same. Without further ado, what is going on, my guy Jay Tuck, man? What's up, man?
Yo, what's going on, my God, man? Thanks for having me, man. You awfully bold for having me on tonight, man. Because Phillies Nation is not too happy about your boy right now, but it's all in love, man. I appreciate the support, having me on, man. Always have a good time on the show.
Hey, man, look, I believe if you want to be the best, you got to go against the best. Whether you win or lose, at least you know where you stand. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it is what it is. But last night, man, I watched you on this epic, Eagles versus Cowboys showdown, man. You, Law Nation, and Cowboy Fan Talk, Philly Mike, Low Bronson. Philly Talk podcast, man. How was that live stream, man? I mean, what was this about, man? It seemed like, man, y'all had a lot of animosity just going on in there.
Man, it was fun. And I think the most important part, and I tweeted this after, the show last night, it shows the power of the community coming together because there was almost like 4,000 people watching. Like there's some TV shows that can't do those types of numbers, man. So last night, just all of us coming together and just sharing our passion for our team. And it was fun, man. I know Lord Brunson, I know Mike, I know Joe, man. I talk to those guys daily. Like we're all in a group chat. So what y'all really saw last night is just the group chat going public. Because right now we still going at it. I mean, this has been part two all day. But I kind of know, Cowboys fan talk Rome. That's my brother. He's kind of cool, calm, and collected. And we all know Law Nation's kind of smooth brother, with the beard. And so I know Brunson likes to play a little bully ball. So it's like, you know what? He's going to try to back us down the paint and dunk on us. I can't let that happen,
Like
man.
Shaq, dominate y'all, rip the rim down.
Yeah, he's trying to rip the rim down. Say, no, I'm coming out the gate, man, and I'm going to meet Brunson at the rim early and let them know ain't going to be none of that, man. But it was a fun time. Salute to everyone who joined. Salute to everyone who's coming in with the super chats already. He said, a guy Connor said Philly had their little run, but now it's time to break the bat.
Bam. Break the bat. Breaking the bat, man. I mean, I never saw Batman broke before, but hey, we're going to get into all that tonight, man. So I appreciate all y'all that is tuning in, man. I much appreciate it. Please make sure y'all hit that like button on both channels because, I mean, this content creator stuff, man, this is the future, man.
Powerful,
man. That whole first take and, undisputed, sooner or later, man, they're going to go away. This is the way of life, man. So you have to, learn how to evolve right now. But before we get really in the thick of things, man, we have to get into the injury report. The Philadelphia Eagles, as far as injuries go, for the most part, look, I mean, we're looking pretty good. A lot of guys was off because of rest. The biggest thing on here for me is Mariota. We need our left tackle. Going against that ferocious Dallas Cowboys defense. So he was limited practice because of a shoulder injury. And Avonte Maddox, limited practice of an ankle injury. But besides that, everybody was like a rest, the Bradbury, the AJ Brown, the Fletcher Cox and stuff like that. So we are really coming into this game. Well, okay, how limited were these guys? So tomorrow we will find out for sure if they could go or not. But as far as the Dallas Cowboys, how do you feel about this list right here, the Thursday participant on the far right?
I mean, the first one you got to go to, man, is that bold one with Dak Prescott. And to be quite honest with y'all, I don't know what's going on, Cowboys Nation, Eagles Nation, because I'm starting to kind of put the pieces together. And, I'm starting to talk to a few people, especially in-house. And they're like, Tuck, there could be a possibility. Now, it could be a smokescreen. If I was a betting man, I would say he doesn't play. But from him moving to not participating on Wednesday to being limited, there was conversations with Mike McCarthy that, he did kind of throw behind closed doors. Like, why would you have him kind of throw behind closed doors, not available to any media? CeeDee Lamb kind of spoke about it, kept everything kind of close to the chest. So
Yeah.
What I'm thinking, this is just me, because like don't clip this and like, well, Tuck said.
Nah, nah, nah,
I
nah.
think that the Cowboys are just trying to see where Dak is as far as the development is coming off
Absolutely.
the thumb injury, but possibly keep it where the Eagles have to prepare for both quarterbacks, right? So you might see where like, hey, he could possibly give it a go on Sunday night, and then all of a sudden it's just Cooper Rush. But I wouldn't be surprised if he does at least suit up, because here's the reason why. Will Greer, who was quote unquote our backup quarterback for Cooper Rush, he was on scout team. So wouldn't you want your backup quarterback to be getting reps with the starting team just in case something was happening to Cooper Rush? So you know, I don't know, Cowboys Nation, Eagles Nation is gonna be interesting, but I think that
Absolutely.
we are leaning to seeing Dak Prescott. If not back Sunday night, we'll definitely see him back next Sunday. But I would love to see Dak come out that tunnel Sunday night just ready to go and does his jump and start leading the team around. I'll be so fired up, bro. But we'll have to wait and see how things go for the next 2 days.
Look, I'm not gonna lie, man. I really think that Dak Prescott is gonna play because I think that Jerry Jones, man, is one of those owners, man. He loves flashiness, man. He
Mhm.
loves to like, oh my god, I tricked you. Look at me. This
Right,
is my
right.
call. This is my call. And Dak, like, look, Zeke and I believe Gallup both
Mhm.
was talking about how powerful his catches are, his throws, and all that stuff. Who knows,
Right.
But would you risk it, right? After 4 weeks of not playing live football, going into Sunday night at the link with a top five defensive line, arguably, tied, what third in sacks,
Mhm.
top in turnover and turnovers. Would you, as Jerry Jones, put your Jerry Jones cap on?
Oh, yeah, I don't
Would
want to
you
put my Jerry Jones.
throw Dak?
Sound
Would
like
you
Jerry
throw
Jones.
Dak and this fire
Well,
on
first off,
Sunday
happy
night?
birthday to Jerry Jones, but it sounds like
Yeah.
Daniel Snyder got some info on Jerry Jones, so I might not wanna be
Oh,
Jerry Jones
oh,
right now.
I'm telling.
But
Oh,
what
Roger
I'll say is
Goodell.
this, if I'm putting my Jerry Jones hat on, no, I just don't, because the reason why is that I'm playing the long game versus the short game. Because yeah, we know that Dak can grip the ball. He possibly can throw the ball, from what we're hearing. But we don't know if he can take a hit and get up. Like there's a lot you got to do with your thumb, right? So you
Absolutely.
get one of those big defensive tackles jumping on you like Jordan Davis, and you got to like break your fall. Like you just don't know how that can go. And I really go back to Tony Romo. I remember when Tony Romo had the shoulder
Oh,
injury,
he
he came
came
back,
back.
played
Got
lights out
safe.
versus the Dolphins, I believe, and then
Yep.
versus the game versus Carolina, it just broke again. He was
Yep.
out for the season. So with the way that our schedule is shifted, I think you can go into Philly, still win with Cooper Rush, and then next week there's a huge opportunity for the Cowboys to make a run and go into the bye and really get Dak up to 100%. So I just don't risk it though. For the fan perspective, I would love it. Like I would feel a lot better having Dak Prescott out there Sunday, but I just can't take that risk, because that's the one thing I do not want to happen. If Dak goes out for extended time after this, man, it might get dark, even though we are 4-1 right now. Cooper Rush has bought us some time. Just let it
Yeah,
ride
he
out.
did. Look, hey, the only reason why I want Dak to play, man, because I feel like I don't want no excuses, man. I don't want no
What
excuses
excuses like the ones y'all used at
because
the end of year last year? Like, oh, the
but
Cowboys beat up
okay.
on our backup. So the
I mean,
Cowboys, the
was that an
Cowboys,
excuse or was that obvious? Like, I mean,
I
did you see
mean,
what the Eagles did?
are you playing against the Cowboys starting quarterback? Or are you playing against the backup?
Yeah,
So it's
but
the
we
same
didn't
thing.
had no like. I mean, there wasn't no. No benefit in that and
But
playing
which
your stars, especially when he was already the seventh seed anyway.
no benefit for y'all. There was a benefit for us. We were still playing for playoff space, right? So it's not our fault. But you
Yeah,
know,
but earlier on that day, no, everything was already set,
no,
right?
it
Or
wasn't set.
no?
No, we still could
Oh,
have possibly moved up. I think we needed the Rams to lose or something like that.
oh,
So we still had an opportunity, but be that as it may, like,
it is.
excuses are excuses. I've heard it, and like I said, like I said last night, here's the fun part. Now it's role reversal. It's role reversal because I've been doing these shows for quite some time. Then last year, right? It was Jalen Hurts is a young quarterback. That's what happened after week 3. He's still young. We're
He's
fairly
only
young.
24. He's still
He
young.
he's still young, he's still growing, Tuck, and then, okay, we didn't have our starters, and then last year, y'all got to play the entire underdog role. Well, no one expected us to be here, they only expect us to win 4 to 5 games, and so
Yeah,
yeah, so let me kinda
those are
drive that boat.
facts. Those are facts.
All right. Well, let me try. Can I try?
No,
Can I
y'all
try?
can't. Y'all
Why?
can't. And y'all America's team, man.
Why?
Hey, look. The
Hold on.
Dallas Cowboys would never be underdog. You know why?
We've been
Thank you,
underdogs.
Jerry Jones.
We've
What?
been underdogs we've only been the favorite in one game thus far, and that was against y'all old quarterback in Carson Wentz. We was underdogs versus Tampa at home, versus the Bengals, versus the
I'm talking
damn New
about
York
coming into the
Giants.
season, though. I'm talking about coming into the
Well, a
season.
lot of
Where y'all
you
underdogs
remember,
coming
you
into the
remember the
season?
show come. A lot of people had the Eagles winning the division, right? After
When?
y'all free
What this
agency
year, right?
this year, right? So we are the underdogs.
I
Y'all
mean,
the favorites, right? So now it's our
yeah.
time to kind of sit back. No one's counting us in.
Okay.
Everyone this week is picked against us. I think we're like 5.6 point underdogs.
You
All right,
about
let's keep
6,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
But
no one
I have
believes in
okay.
us.
But how has the underdog role played for the Dallas Cowboys compared to the Philadelphia Eagles? Because the Philadelphia Eagles been underdogs since we was the number 1 seed. We were underdog because our quarterback went down. You know what I mean? Like people don't realize our left tackle went down, our running back went down,
Mhm.
our middle linebacker went down, our special team captains went down. Like everybody was going down. That was literally a bona fide starter on that team.
Mhm.
But because we had Nick Foles, we were underdogs. But even after that, when Philadelphia Eagles just start off slow, the underdog role mentality just kick in and they make something out of it.
Mhm.
So all I'm saying is this: when was the Dallas Cowboys ever labeled as underdog and rise up to the occasion? Because I feel like that's a difference. We are proven underdogs, but y'all want to be proven underdogs. Like y'all want to be the underdog so bad.
Y'all like to be the underdogs, but normally
Yeah, he
it's
doesn't.
but it's hard for us, right? Because everybody gets up for the Cowboys just because of the star
Absolutely.
alone, right? So I mean,
Absolutely.
hell, Giants game, it was Monday Night Football. They all wore their brand new white uniforms, was waving towels. They were up for that. Then
Yeah.
we had Washington. They had a whole 3-verse rap song about beating Dallas and Commanders. Now here we are. Like, so everyone gets up to beat Dallas
Oh, the
because we're
black helmets on tonight.
yeah,
It's
yeah, black
midnight. It's
helmets,
all blacked
all
out
sorts of
night.
stuff, right? So it's like, all right, everybody gets up. So it's hard for the Cowboys to be quote unquote the underdogs because we always get everyone's best shot. But when you look at it from the standpoint of what we're dealing with, backup quarterback, a rookie left tackle, because our left tackle is out, you get 0 reps pretty much in camp, kind of toss him out there. Then you have our wide receiver core that was kind of fluctuating. We finally get Michael Gallup back. Our starting tight end Dalton Schultz. So we have a lot of question marks, which is one of our strongest points last year was our offense. This year, it's changed to our defense, right? And so now we
Yeah.
can kind of play the underdog role and people count us out. And to answer your question, JC, I love it because I'm seeing an unfiltered Cowboys team that I haven't seen in quite some time. Normally, Cowboys are kind of button up, very corporate, but you're hearing DeMarcus Lawrence come out and say, they ain't played nobody like us. So it's a little attitude. You're hearing Zeke come out and say F them. Like we're seeing
I love it.
that type
I
of
love
that
it.
dog mentality. And to me as a
Absolutely.
Cowboys fan, I'm like, everyone hates us anyways. Why are we trying to be so likable? like, like,
And that's what I'm
so
saying.
I love what I'm seeing from the Cowboys. So I like the underdog role. But I said this on Twitter. This is probably our last week to kind of enjoy because after this, we'll be back to
Dak comes back,
Dak comes
and
back,
now
Boot
y'all gonna be favorite against the
playing the
lonely
Lions.
Lions.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, woo, the Lions! Nah, get them
Yeah.
out of here. Like, hey,
Yeah.
look, if y'all pull this upset, I call it upset because y'all are the underdogs this
Mhm.
upcoming Sunday. So if y'all pull this off, your next 2 games is what the Lions and the Bears, I think, or like something like that, like some 2
Uh,
sorry teams, but
Lions,
definitely the
Bears,
Lions.
and Packers. I'm confused. Or
I
like
think y'all have a bye after that. So
yeah,
y'all
it's
have
something.
2
It's a
games
buy in
and then a
between. It's like
bye.
Lions. I know it's Lions, Bears. I think Packers, uh,
Yeah.
Texans. So I don't want to say falls off because that lose there I go already losing my
See?
underdog mentality, right?
But
But
see, that's what I'm talking about.
yeah,
But
yeah,
see,
like,
but the
so like
Dallas Cowboys, though, they rise up to occasions, but then when they play these teams that they
yeah,
were supposed to beat,
mm-hmm,
like last year on Thanksgiving night, the Raiders, you know what I
mm-hmm,
mean, against the Broncos last year,
right.
it seems like that teams you're supposed to beat, y'all lose to, but then, but
It's a lack
teams
of
that y'all
focus.
not supposed to do, man, y'all competitiveness just rise up. So
But I
it's just
think
one of
I
the things
think
that
from
people
this
don't
year,
trust y'all
a
more than
lot of people
anything.
got a lot to prove. I think that's the main
Absolutely.
part. It's like, and even from Dak Prescott, it's like, hell, man, like Dak got injured week 1, and here he is having the backup quarterback who passed waivers on practice squad. Now people are trying to make a conversation out of that because he won 4 games. You have Mike McCarthy kind of being questioned. So you have a lot of question marks for a lot of players, even DeMarcus Lawrence. So I feel like a lot of these players kind of got a chip on their shoulder and they're rallying off of that. Plus, I really think the stain from last year, what happened in the playoffs, is keeping this team kind of locked in because they know we went 12-5, things looked on the up and up, and then there we go in the playoffs and got smacked. Keep that focus, keep that hunger throughout the season. And I think that that's really a testament to that guy you got right there in that picture, Micah Parsons. There's no off days
Yeah.
with Micah Parsons. Like Micah Parsons is
Yeah.
on any day,
I
every
can't
day,
lie, man. Yo,
you
I
know,
love
and
Micah,
it's in
man.
well.
Yo, look, I'm a Penn State fan, man.
Okay.
And I think, look, it's going to come to those two right there,
Mhm.
Micah and Hassan Reddick.
Mhm.
Like the pressure off the edge is going to be important. You
Mhm.
know, like how quick could Cooper Rush? I mean, the Cooper Rush could get rid of the ball very, very fast, but how quick could he get rid of the ball? But Micah Parsons, you definitely have to account for him no matter where he go. So the only reason why I got him up there is because he's a Penn State, and that's my Penn State team, man.
There you go.
Undefeated right now, facing Michigan this
Mm.
Saturday. It's going to be a big time game, so I can't wait. Eagles undefeated, Penn State undefeated. Man, it's on the road. But all right, so let's get into Jason Peters, man. I know that's
Mhm.
y'all guy right now, y'all savior. You know,
Yeah.
y'all got him off, you know, to be this, you know, at this great, you know, left tackle slash left guard slash right guard. I don't know what the hell he's supposed to be for y'all. But anyway, I heard Cowboy fans say he's not our savior. Oh my God, thank God for Jason Peters. But, you know, John Mochota, you know, look, I'm sorry if I mess up his name,
Yes,
but this
Stephen
is a
John.
quote from Jason Peters yesterday. Jason Peters on Cowboys Eagles rivalry. This slight between the fan base. Okay. I just know Philly fans are effing idiots
You should
when it
stop right
comes.
there.
Yeah,
You should
I
just stop
mean,
right there.
effing idiots when it comes to camaraderie and the Cowboys. Any team really, they know that. They pride themselves on being nasty. Philly fans are the wildest out there. But then he did say, you know, more. But man,
Mhm.
what do you think, man? Look, the Cowboys was already coming in there as underdogs, but now, you know, like you know how Philly players, Nick Sirianni might have that thing on loop and on loop on loop.
Mm.
They're talking about our fan base. We got to protect our home field advantage. I mean, was this a smart thing for someone that might not even play or start the game?
Well, I think one, Eagles fans are taking it out of
Eagles legend,
context.
by the way.
Yeah, I think Eagles fans are taking it out of context, but I love
Hell
it
yeah, I
because the way he
am.
said it. Because I feel like what Peter is saying is that you guys already know. It's like he's probably saying you guys are effing crazy, right? With the camaraderie and everything that you know what I'm saying. So that's what he's saying. But the idiots is really kind of amplified a little bit, which I like.
Ooh,
I like the little extra little
absolutely.
flavor on it. But you know, when I will say this about Eagles fans and Cowboys fans, don't shoot the messenger. What I do like about y'all know y'all identity, who y'all are. Y'all the most annoying, disturbing fan base on the planet, and y'all don't care, and y'all just wear it with the badge of honor. You know, so it's like that's just you are who you are. Like it's crazy that you know we played Washington already. We played the New York Giants. I got 0 mentions from the Giants fans, 0 mentions from Washington. But
Nah, there's
every
crickets,
day, this
man.
annoying Eagles fan just in my mentions, just talking about God knows what. So it's just y'all identity is like, I asked this question, bro. I'm gonna ask it to you. Why does it mean so much to y'all? That's what I've been asking Eagles fans. Like, why does this game mean so much? You mentioned that you're a Big Ten guy, right? It's just like
Yeah,
I
I'm a
know
Big Ten
Michigan
guy.
fans, they want to be Ohio State. They want to be Ohio State. But does Ohio State really care about Michigan? You know, it's just like, you know, it's not the fit. Like
You
Cowboys
know what?
fans, we don't I don't
Yo,
get
stop being disrespectful, man.
I'm just
You're disrespectful. Hey, first of
I just
all, hey, we're in the same division, man. Hey, we're in the
but
same division.
but you got but you got and we saw the photo, right? You guys just played Arizona, took over Arizona Stadium.
Oh
And as
yeah,
soon
we
as you won,
did.
some guy had a 5-0, we want Dallas.
Yeah, we won Dallas, man.
So why? So answer that question
And
for
you
us.
know
We wanna
why?
know
Look,
why.
to me,
Mhm.
you always want the bully, right?
So
You're
we're the bully
always,
now. We're the bully.
y'all been the bully. Like
Okay.
I'm not even. Y'all been the bully, right? Like
Okay.
every argument is what? We got more rings than y'all do. So that's why
Mhm.
I said to myself, I don't give a damn if Dallas lose every one of their players. I would never feel sorry for them. They would never be the underdog because the bully, that's not my fault. Like, I don't care about the bully. I could care less for the bully. It's not my fault that you're having a bad year, this and that. Y'all are the big bad wolf, right? I'm not going to lie and say, I hate Dallas. I hate Tom Brady, but I hate Dallas more. Tom Brady actually beat us in the Super Bowl. Tom Brady beat us in the Super Bowl, but I hate Dallas more because I think that their fans are the most fakest fans out there. I'm sorry. You're my best friend, by the way, Joseph Thomas, military with me.
Uh-huh.
We spent 15 years plus. My best friend, he don't text me when Dallas is doing bad. He don't mention his ghost. But let them be 1-0, 2-0. He send me memes, Eagles every day. That's all I know. The Dallas fans are like, they literally go in hiding when things get tough. But Eagle fans was like, we still gonna hang in there. We the underdogs. We're gonna embrace this. We're gonna try to make something out of it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the difference to me. It's just like the bully and how the mentality is. Just like Jason Kelsey said, the Yankees, nobody like the Yankees. You know what I mean? Like nobody like those people that buy stuff.
So that's where it really falls into. So that's why I was telling Joe and Mike and LB, the Eagles aren't Batman. We are Batman. We are the rich trust fund kids that everyone loves. You know what I'm saying? That you guys are the villain that wants to destroy and bring down Wayne Tower. We are
People
Batman,
love
to
a
be
villain
honest with you.
though.
Because I
People
feel
love
like
Joker, man.
Yeah, I know you guys are the Joker, so I feel like you guys look up at us like, the 5 rings, the 5, you get that 5
That's the
rings,
thing, though. The 5 rings,
prime
man.
time,
I mean,
big stadium, the beautiful fan bases that we have, leather seats, like all is like this envy that really drives this hatred towards us. And like me as a Cowboys fan, I really knew our identity. But once I kind of figure out that's our identity, I kind of roll with it. So yes, I am the arrogant, pompous Cowboys fan who
so
tosses
what the hell
money
you
around,
expect
who
from
travels the
all
world.
the 31 teams?
And so so it's like I just kind of roll with it, and it's like, all right, what y'all gonna do about it? Even if y'all beat us, whatever, like, all right, cool, nobody cares.
And we still got 5 rings. We still
Five
see.
rings,
So that's the
5 rings.
thing.
You
But
know what I'm
that's the
saying?
thing,
So
though. Like,
yeah.
so that's what I'm saying. The NFL versus the Dallas Cowboys. It was the NFL versus the Patriots. You know what I mean? Like, because of the whole cheating thing and then keep winning, championship. But look, man, nobody will ever feel sorry because your owner makes sure that the Dallas Cowboys, Skip Bayless, makes sure that the Dallas Cowboys are front news page even with nothing going on. Like Lakers, Cowboys, I'm like,
Yankees,
oh my God, it's like, there's so many other teams so many good things that happened this past Sunday. Why ain't y'all talking about them? Because you got a host that put the Dallas on the front page. Like this week, they literally talked about the Eagles one time, which was day one. Ever since then, it's always Cooper Rush and Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones. They're not even playing the game. Talk about the game.
Because
and that's why
people need that revenue, bro. And what's going to bring that revenue is this star. Like, it's not our fault. Like, this is what Jerry Jones did to megasize this brand, to build this brand to what it is today. No matter what, win, lose, you guys are going to watch. Like, that's just how it is. Think about Floyd Mayweather, right? People like Floyd. I love Floyd. He's one of my favorite all-time boxers. But more people watch Floyd and pay whatever price just to see him possibly get knocked out.
Yeah.
So it's just the American way. Like, people are going to watch. Majority of people that's going to watch Sunday night ain't going to be to watch us win. They don't want that. They're going to be pulling for y'all. Absolutely. But if we win, you got to deal with the Cowboys fans poking out our chest and doing what we doing best. That's stunt. So it's just part of the game, bro.
Yeah. I mean, look, hey, I respect Jerry Jones' hustle. One of the best advertisement. I'm not owners out there, I guess, when it comes to, building his team, putting his team out there, but as far as anything else, nah, man. Hey, miss me with that one. I'm good. But hey, let's move on, man. Hey, we're gonna be here all night talking about
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
But look, hey, let's get last year out the way, man. Are these Eagles and Cowboys team the same from last year? Because all I kept on hearing last night, man, just shout out to y'all, man. Last night, if y'all missed that stream from last night, definitely go tap in. It was nothing but legends on that stream last night. But one thing I kept on hearing last year, Eagles, if we beat y'all 41, we beat y'all this. Hey, this is the same team from last year. Honest truth, man. Look, I'm not even going on you right now. Look, look. You break down films. I respect you. I've been following you for a while. You know what I mean?
Appreciate it. Likewise.
So, let me know, man. Is this team, both teams, the same from last year? And did the Philadelphia Eagles close the gap on the Dallas Cowboys? If not, possibly past them?
Yeah, I think both teams are by far not the same from last year. Just from a perspective of the roster breakdown, start with the Cowboys, right? We stripped down our wide receiver core, where we do have question marks. That was our strength last year, right? The three-headed monster, Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper. We kind of stripped that away, tossed the guy out there week 1 with Dennis Houston, didn't kind of work out. Then you got Noah Brown, semi-field. So that's a huge question mark right there. Then you kind of strip away Dalton Schultz, who is kind of our prime target of the tight end position. Now he's at least hurt. Now you got some 2 young rookies coming in, our left tackle and Tyron Smith. So it's a lot of question marks offensively. So no, it's not the same team as last year. And then you look on the defensive side, right? Defense is the strength. Like it's the core, it's the anchor that's holding this franchise up this year. And now you have new guys emerging. You have Dorrance Armstrong emerging. You have Anthony Barr, who was brought in, starting to emerge a little bit. Malik Hooker's taking a tremendous leap. Then you have Don. So no, it's not the same team. And even going to the Eagles, man, like just to add AJ Brown. Now, me personally, what I was trying to say, I'm just not an AJ Brown fan. It's not like I'm saying like, oh my God, AJ Brown, because like I was trying to explain, but of course I couldn't get it through last night. I was in the NFL draft room when the trade went through for AJ Brown, and I was sitting next to actually 2 Eagles media members. Like, oh yeah, the Eagles got AJ Brown. I was like, oh, okay, that's a cool trade. So we kept kind of just talking, like it wasn't anything. And then when you guys drafted Jordan Davis, that's when everybody said, oh crap, can you hold my stuff? I gotta go. Like everybody was so I'm saying that Jordan Davis, the draft pick, that was the thing that happened on draft day, the first day, that really shook the walls. AJ Brown was just kind of a good addition. Like it's a good addition. You know what I'm saying? So the same with Hassad.
Was it shocking to you though when the Eagles did the trade for AJ Brown? No,
I mean, honestly, I would say yes, because I feel like if the Eagles would have stayed put, they could have got something even scary in the draft. Think about if y'all would have got Jordan Davis and turned around and got George Pickens. Like that would have been scary to me. Like I feel like there was some opportunity because you guys did have draft picks. I just feel like it's that you guys need a wide receiver, but then you kind of just didn't. But what I'll give the Eagles credit for is y'all are trying to put the best team possible around Jalen Hurts to find out is he the guy. This is what you do when you have a young rookie on a cheap contract. Wink, wink, Cowboys. You put as much weapons around him and see if that's really the guy. And like I've been saying, and Cowboys fans kind of get, and also Eagles fans, is that, I kind of am cheering for Jalen Hurts this year because my biggest concern and my biggest fear would be for them to find out, hey, we got all these weapons in house, but Jalen Hurts isn't the guy. We still got draft picks. Let's load that clip and really go get one of those guys. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'd rather Jalen Hurts kind of be the quarterback of the future and have to deal with Jalen Hurts for a few years versus y'all moving up in the draft and getting one of those real killers I got to deal with for the next century. So it's like, or decade. So it's like, all right, man. So that's where I'm at. But I like Jalen Hurts. But I feel like, they're not the same team. What I was saying last night, if they would have let me get it across, I'm seeing on film some of the same tendencies when it comes to scouting the Eagles, especially Jalen Hurts. Like, there's still a lot of RPOs. There's still a lot of play actions, horizontal reads, quick throws, quick screens to get the ball out of his hands and get him comfortable into a rhythm. I'm seeing that show up on film. Now, Tuck, okay, well, look at the stats. Well, the stats, if you really compare the first 5 games from Jalen Hurts last year to where we're at, they're pretty much identical. All you're seeing is like a boost of 3% when it comes to completion ratio. Okay, that's cool. But what I'm trying to say is, if you look at it from the standpoint, winning cures all. Winning cures all.
Absolutely.
If Jalen Hurts puts up these same numbers that he's putting up right now, and you guys are 2-3, different conversation. The same thing right now, Cowboys fans are going through it. As long as you're winning, everybody's good. The
It
front
doesn't
office right
matter.
now is everyone's favoring the Cowboys. Mike McCarthy is safe. Kellen Moore is a genius. Cooper Rush can't be. Like everything is good when you're winning. But when you really take a glance at it and go up under the hood, I was saying I saw a lot of the same tendencies. Now, Jalen Hurts is growing. I'm not saying he's the same quarterback last year and he didn't do nothing all offseason, the same guy. Because one, the offensive weapons around him are better, and that's helping him.
Yeah,
That's just simple
absolutely.
simplicity, right? But there is times he's staying in the pocket, he's making the proper reads. But there is that tendency when he's under pressure to lock and load on that primary read and do not move off of it. Now, from the Cowboys standpoint, we know we have a ball hawk in Trayvon Diggs that if you stare down that wide receiver and you float that thing up, he's coming back with it. And historically, when he's played Jalen Hurts, he's had a lot of luck and a lot of good plays versus Jalen Hurts because of that same reason. So that was going in my scouting report where I'm saying, all right, I'm seeing the same kind of tendencies in Jalen Hurts where he's not really going through the proper progression. But, of course, you know what I'm saying? So,
But look, hey, the only reason why I kind of disagree with that is because, like the first game, right, when Jalen Hurts was forced to like get out the pocket and not be a lame duck, would you rather have week one? Like, man, I don't know if you saw the tape of the Detroit Lions, the
Mhm,
Philadelphia Eagles offensive line. Even Jason Kelsey admitted it that we was not ready for this type of blitz that was coming towards us. I mean,
mhm,
they had 6 man, 7 man every man, at least the first 3, 4 possession, it was
mhm,
coming towards Jalen Hurts. If
mhm.
we did not have a Jalen Hurts back there, this game we probably go the Lions way early,
Right.
probably a 14 to 21 point lead, and
Mhm,
Eagles in a hole because we had a Jalen Hurts. They was oh shoot, I gotta get the hell out of here. He
mhm.
was keeping us afloat until the offensive line came together and said, all right, now we see what we're doing. Now let's stop him. So would you rather have a guy like that? Because I think that people are kind of pushing that to the side where he make us win games. Let's take the Cardinals game for example, right?
Mhm,
Like the Cardinals game. The Philadelphia Eagles are usually bad with mobile quarterbacks, right? The Cardinals,
mhm,
y'all know the Cardinals very well. Like they kind of like own the Dallas Cowboys.
mhm,
Like we have never beat the Cardinals at Arizona. We were 0-4 going into
mhm.
that game. So now it's like both dual threat quarterbacks. So if Dallas had a Jalen Hurts last year in the playoffs, do you think that y'all probably could have matched Kyler Murray as far as keeping plays alive and keeping the drive going instead of that getting sacked back there and going 3 and out? Would you
No,
want that?
nah, because I think Dak, he's not as explosive as a runner anymore in his 7th season, right? But he's still efficient when he runs. Like, people forget Dak Prescott is a big dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a punishing, when he's a running. When he's scrambling outside that pocket, he's hard to take down. Now, while I'll say this about Jalen Hurts, yeah, you definitely have to respect the ground game in his legs. That's part of his game. So I think that's what, and me personally, I don't overlook rushing touchdowns. I know some fans do when it comes to a quarterback play, which is like when they talk about Cam Newton, they be like, "Oh, he couldn't throw." It's like, well, damn, he had like 11 rushing touchdowns. Like, well, 6 points is 6 points. So you definitely always got to be aware of that. But from the Cowboys standpoint, we have our team speed is the most crank team speed that you guys are probably going to see this season.
Absolutely.
And, it's different, running off, getting outside the pocket when you got guys in Detroit that really can't keep up with you. Micah Parsons runs like a 4.3. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, you got
yeah. I
Jabril
mean,
Cox,
yo,
like,
he's
so
a
if you
bad
got some
man.
speed out there, it's gonna be different. So, once you're able to keep Jalen Hurts in that pocket with it collapsing around him and forcing him to go through his progressions and make the proper read, there's gonna be a lot of opportunity for this Dallas Cowboys defense. There are gonna be plays Sunday where it's just like he just, went recess and just made the play. Like, hell, Daniel Jones did it a few times. You go back to
Yeah,
last
he
year, like,
was the leading rusher, I think, man.
yeah, it just
Around for
happens.
the Giants.
It just happens, but I feel like what the Cowboys are going to do, they know that's a strong point. They know it's a strong point because of Jalen Hurts, so we gotta really keep him contained and make him be a quarterback and beat us with his arm on Sunday, and I think that's gonna be the plan for, Dan Quinn's defense.
All right, so do you think that because the last two teams that told Jalen Hurts to beat up with his own was the Vikings and the Commanders? He threw for over 300 yards, like 333 and 350 on the other one. So do
Mhm,
you think that? I mean, you gotta take one away, and y'all chooses to take his legs away.
mhm,
So do y'all think that y'all have the personnel and the back end, to stop an AJ Brown 1-on-1? Devontae Smith has grown
mhm,
before our eyes, man. Yo,
mhm.
and Quez Watkins could take the top off of any team, and Dallas Goddard up in the middle. So do y'all think letting AJ Brown, if y'all don't get to him, because all you need is to keep 5 men, like maybe one extra guy in the box to help out with Michael Parsons or probably chip
Mhm.
him. Do y'all think y'all have the personnel to contain the Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we're gonna play a lot of big nickel on Sunday. Now, they kinda laughed at it, but to me, the biggest weapon that you guys have offensively that keeps me up at night is Dallas Goedert. I
Oh
feel
man,
like
he's a
he is gonna
beast.
be our biggest matchup, but
Top
I feel like you're
three.
gonna see a lot of J-Ron curse on Dallas Goedert. When it comes to your wide receiver core, you're probably gonna see maybe Anthony Brown on AJ Brown a little bit, and then Trayvon
What?
Diggs. Yeah, because like I said, Trayvon Diggs isn't gonna travel. He doesn't travel, you know what I'm saying? So you guys
Damn.
line up your XY receiver, different ways. So you might see, Devontae Smith on Diggs. Like you're gonna see a multitude of different things. I didn't like last week Diggs playing in the slot. But Jordan Lewis, I think he's back with the groin injury. So you're gonna see that Diggs AJ Brown match because I know that's what you guys want, right? But
Yeah.
he's not gonna travel with AJ Brown, where it's like he's just following AJ Brown throughout the game. That's just not how he plays. So you're gonna see probably a lot of matchups with Anthony Brown and AJ Brown as well. But defensively, yeah, like I said, Dallas
Who
Goedert,
wins that matchup though?
what Diggs and
No, 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 no. Brown versus Brown.
it just depends. It just depends on how he's gonna be utilized. Like, Anthony Brown is solid. Some Cowboys fans don't like Anthony Brown for some reason, but he's solid and he's gonna battle. So, I feel like what the Eagles are gonna try to do is they're probably gonna try to get the ball in quick throws once again into AJ Brown's hands and let him kind of create in space and kind of, just use his strength and kind of, bully his way. But as far as like getting beat and like the long deep passes that they probably give up on the sideline, I just don't see that happening with Anthony Brown or Trayvon Diggs. So, like I said, my biggest concern will be in between the hashes when it comes to Dallas Goedert because I'm a huge Dallas Goedert fan. Like everybody knows I love tight ends, and he's probably like I'd probably say Dallas Goedert is probably top four, top three tight end in the NFL. So, um,
Yeah, he's
yeah,
number
he's
three
my
right
he's my
now
huge
on
X
all
factor that I feel like the
stats.
Cowboys need to stop the run game because, like I said, you're going to see a lot of RPOs. Jalen Hurts putting it, showing it, maybe pulling out, making that read because he wants those linebackers to step up, right? But if you kind of just play that, because I feel like the difference between the Cowboys and a lot of teams that you guys played is we can get pressure with four, right? So we are not going to have to blitz as much as you probably saw opening week versus Detroit because we got 4 or 5 guys just on our front four that can come at you at all times. And our interior defensive line is playing solid with Osa Diggy. You're also going to have Quentin Bohanna back. So we're going to be able to get interior pressure as well alongside the edges. And you always got to account for wherever the hell Micah Parsons line up. So I feel like keep that containment, be play complementary football, and not pull up when it comes to those read options and those RPOs. And I feel like the Cowboys are going to be fine defensively.
So all right, so you talk about stopping the run game or trying to slow it down. Right now the Cowboys are 19th and stopping the run game in rushing defense, and the Philadelphia Eagles are 10 and in rushing defense. So
Mhm,
and y'all about to go against a team that average 160 per game, compared to the Cowboys that average 115 per game. So it's easy because this is going to be the first dual threat quarterback that y'all face this season that could actually try to fake the ball and take off or hand the ball off. So it sounds good. It sounds
mhm,
good to say stop the run game and then let Jalen Hurts beat up with his arm, but
mhm.
19th out of 32 teams, y'all like a little bit below the middle of the pack. So
Well,
what
some of
makes you
that's kinda
feel,
inflated because you had week 1 and then you got he had Saquon kinda have a day, but it's not like, hell, what did
okay.
Cam Akers get last week, y'all? Like, 37 rushing yards total versus the Rams, right? So it's gonna be opportunity, but it's not like I'm concerned about you guys just running the ball down the Cowboys' throat because when it comes to those RPOs, you got to have time to pull it out. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to make quick decisions. And I think where I'm seeing Jalen Hurts not take that step that I was trying to talk about last night, there's not a lot of orchestrating at the line of scrimmage pre-snap, right? So I feel like what Dan Quinn's going to come out and is going to show him certain looks where it's going to favor maybe he needs to pull or maybe he needs to keep the run and then transition up out of it and force him to make quick decisions in the tight windows. I feel like that's what you're going to see a lot for Dan Quinn on Sunday because you just haven't seen that thus far. I mean, and to be honest with you, fully transparent, hell, the same type of defense has even given Dak Prescott problems. So it's not like I'm just bagging Jalen. Like, it's confusing where, okay, you come up to line of scrimmage, it might look like they're in man or a cover two, and all of a sudden you hike the ball and they snap out of it and it's a cover three. Or, it's like different drop zones and different things like that. So, I think that we're going to complicate things defensively for Jalen Hurts and really force him to be a quarterback versus a guy that can kind of simplify things, RPOs, play actions, and keep things simple for him.
So do you think, all right, so look, the screen game. I mean, I know you clown on the screen game a lot from this past
No, I ain't
game.
clown.
You kind of did. It was like all Jalen Hurts was a quick
It
screen
was,
through Goddard.
was I lying? Last game, was that what y'all did?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes, that's what they did. But you know how to stop a pass rush, right? Like how do you slow down a pass rush, the draws and the screen? So how? Okay, so you talk about if you're gonna have time, but a screen game is like literally like height and throw. So would that make the Dallas Cowboys defensive line more hesitant? Instead of trying to just pin the ears back, just like, oh my God, okay, hey, let's take our time here. Let's just relax because they've been killing them with the screen game. Now you give Jalen Hurts more time to fake the screen or fake a play action and possibly hit it deep or something.
I think, in some cases the screen game definitely helps versus pressure, but when you have pass rushers who are very cerebral, like Dorrance Armstrong, he's great at getting back on screens. Like, that's the one thing I love about this Cowboys defensive front. They get their hands up. There's a lot of batted balls, so they know, like, once they shoot through and they don't feel that tackle, like, putting their hands on them, kind of plant and stop because something fishy is going on. So, I think the Cowboys initially, you might catch a few screens. The main thing when it comes to the screen game is securing the tackle, right? Because if you secure the tackle, all the screen game is really coming is an extended handoff. I mean, sometimes that's even for a loss or possibly even a fumble if they're thrown behind the line of scrimmage. So if you kind of feel that you're getting through too easily, just plant right there. But like I said, the one thing's going to help the Cowboys when it comes to the screen game, it's just the pure speed of our defense. Like, our defense is just really ramped up from the speed standpoint. I mean, even look at our safeties of Donovan Wilson, like his closing speed is like a goddamn cannon. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's really going to help the Cowboys. But initially, you might catch them off guard, or because I feel like the Cowboys are going to come out aggressive. We don't come out the gate.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So we
jaws up the gut. Jaw up
right
the
now.
gut. Miles Sanders, here you go, up the gut, because I think the middle will be open for the Philadelphia Eagles to be able to run some jaws. You know what I mean?
We coming out the gate. I'll let y'all know that out the gate.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
It'll be fun. I agree with that.
I think this will be the biggest challenge the Cowboys defense has faced offensively.
And vice versa.
Because Tom Brady's Tom Brady, but you know what you're going to get. The Eagles offense.
Statue of Liberty.
Eagles offense can do a lot of different things that can keep you off balance. So they'll adapt, though. Dan Quinn's going to adapt. He's going to be prepared for it.
All right, so hey, look, Eagles 5-0, Cowboys is 4-1. Is it because of the schedule or the deficiencies of the team that we've been playing? Eagles have a weak schedule. Everybody saw that from the beginning.
See, that's why I like JC. He keeps it real.
But look, I mean, I said that the Cowboys game what's going to be a big test for the Philadelphia Eagles, revenge game coming to Philly. I mean, and vice versa. The Cowboys, who thought that they would face teams with such bad offensive line. I mean, are these teams real, or are you just kind of wait to see, okay, let's play a better offensive line or a better defensive line, or are these teams good? Regardless of what happened this Sunday, regardless of what happened this Sunday, where do you see these teams going after this game?
Nah, when it comes to both of the teams, I think we're for real, for real. I could pretty much make an argument that the Cowboys and the Eagles might be the 2 best teams in the NFC total.
Mhm.
And that's not just Cap because we're on this show and there's probably some random Rams fans gonna come out. No, you can probably toss the 49ers in there as well. They're playing solid. But
Yeah.
from the Cowboys standpoint, here's the scary part. We are 4-1 right now, bro, without our
Without that.
starting quarterback. So it's like, God, like, what I'm saying? Like, because I didn't expect to be here. Like there's that whole meme where like, look at us. Who expected this? Not me. What I'm saying? Like, look at us right now at 4-1 at this point, where I was just like, man, can Cooper Rush get us 2 games? Like, say just keep things afloat. So now we're 4-1.
Okay.
You guys are 5-0. And to go back to the question about the schedule.
Yeah.
We did the preseason show, the offseason show. When we looked at the schedule, I was like, damn, Eagles got a nice schedule set up out the gate, because even if there was no AJ Brown, even if there was no Reddick or Kaiser or White, or you didn't have the draft class that you had, this is the same Eagles team from last year. I'm picking you over the Lions. I'm picking you over the Jags. I'm picking you over the Vikings. I'm picking you over Washington.
And the Vikings that destroyed the Packers the week 1?
Yeah. I'm still picking over the Vikings. I feel like the Vikings, because hell, Cooper Rush beat the Vikings last year. So I feel like the Vikings, they're kind of just, they're here, they're there, they're here, they're there, you're right. But I just don't feel like I fear the Vikings. And then with the Cardinals, it really just depends on if they had DeAndre Hopkins. Like, you tell me Eagles versus Cardinals without Hopkins, out of probably. So it's like these games that the Eagles have won, you never want to discredit anybody because it's the NFL, right? Because any given Sunday, but I just feel like I just haven't seen that game where I'm just like, oh, the Eagles are in trouble or not. Like I just haven't seen that yet on your schedule. And to be quite honest, I really don't see it besides Christmas Day. And so it's just like, one of those.
The Packers are still in there.
The Packers are in there, but the Packers looking kind of funny in the light without those wide receivers.
But teams, look, there are some teams that catch fire late, man.
Right.
And we all know it's not how you start,
injuries,
it's how you finish.
All those,
you know what I mean?
Injuries,
it's how
all
you finish.
But
the Packers, to me, are still a team. The Bucks, because Poppy, man, just be one of those top teams. But yes, I agree with you. Yeah, the first 4 weeks. Yeah. But how about the Cowboys, man? Did they catch a little break with these bad offensive lines? Other.
Honestly, and this is without Dak. I kind of had us maybe splitting the first 2 games. Like, either we're going to beat the Bucks and lose to the Bengals. So I kind of had us splitting. Just kind of going through the schedule, and then I kind of felt, okay, Giants were good there. Washington, we should be good there. Now this Rams game, even like at full go, this was going to be one of those games. Like, I don't know, because I didn't know what type of Rams team would show up. It looks like they have a Super Bowl hangover. So, honestly, I would say outside of the Rams, that would be probably the one game. Yes, last Sunday, I was kind of surprised. Like, all right, all right, well, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think the Cowboys, they're in a good spot. And like I said, to get Dak back, whether it's this week or next week, they didn't really get fun, because like now we're we just hold it on. We just hold it on for dear life. You know what I'm saying? And our hands are shaking. I'm not gonna lie, Cowboy. We shaking. But man, as soon as Dak comes back, I can just breathe, because I'll be able to know, like, all right, bro, we can score with anybody. Because here's the fun fact. Even when we had Dak Prescott, a lot of Cowboys fans thought we wouldn't have Michael Gallup to probably be next week or the following week, right?
Yeah.
But now it's like, all right, we got Michael Gallup back, and he's already scoring touchdowns, kind of looking like himself. All right, so we got Gallup, we got CD, Noah Brown, toe tap Gallup. Then you got Noah Brown starting to find himself a little bit. I know Dalton Schultz gonna be like, thank God when Dak comes back, he can possibly get the ball again. And then now Kellen Moore and Mike McCarthy says, know what? Maybe we ain't got to throw the ball 45 times. Maybe I can just give the ball to Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott and still win ball games.
Is it his call? See, that's the thing. Like, everybody's saying, is it Mike McCarthy's call, or is Jerry Jones paying a guy just to hand the ball off like Cooper Rush is doing right now? That's the biggest thing that everybody want to know.
I think having Dak kind of just forced it up on us. Like, now make no mistakes about it, right? They don't want to be Kellen Moore. He don't want to be doing this, because even when we played Minnesota last year, when Dak was out, Cooper Rush threw that. He was throwing that ball, and we were all just like, "All right, bro, like enough's enough." But it's kind of happened to work out. But I feel like things kind of forced him to be into that situation where you got to hand the ball, because, like, damn, you have your running back in Ezekiel Elliott who's healthy. We also see what Tony Pollard brings to a game and what he can change the course of a game. Why not use him? So I think that Mike McCarthy talked about after week 1, like, yo, helping Kellen Moore with the play call. Like, we don't need to be pass happy. And you kind of see it. Like, Kellen Moore gets itchy. You know, it's like 3rd-and-1. We can seal the game, and he wants to throw a pass. Like, just give the ball to Zeke, bro. He's averaging 5 yards a carry. Like, stop being so, you know. But I just think it's a lot on Kellen Moore. But I think this time away from Dak kind of simplified things. And Dak even spoke about it himself. He said, you know what? Maybe the game isn't as complicated as I want to make it. Because when you watch Dak play, kill, this, Omaha, check, red, like you're seeing all this. Cooper Rush is walking to the line of scrimmage. All right.
Like Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Like, yo, I'm telling you
Hey,
right
bro,
now, man.
we're not doing no extra credit, bro. Y'all whatever they just called, we just about to run this, and that's about it, man. So the game is simplified for Cooper Rush. And so I think that, when Dak does come back this time away, might have helped him, because people forget in 2020 he wasn't around the team. He was doing rehab. Like, Dak having the headset on, just seeing the game from a different perspective, it can help. I think it's going to get really spooky when Dak gets back, maybe on Sunday.
Hey, look, I want Dak to play. Like, honestly, I want Dak to come in all rusty and all this stuff, and think he gonna save the day. And
I don't
look,
think
I
y'all
don't
want
care.
that. I don't think y'all want that, because I
Yeah,
say,
I
that's
do.
why I say it.
Don't tell me the Buccaneers last year, when everybody thought he wasn't going to be as as sharp as he was. He came in and was like picking
Yeah,
them apart. But
yeah.
a thumb injury though, man. We saw Russell Wilson though, man. We saw Russell Wilson had the same injury last year. He's
Mhm,
tried to come back, week 4, week 5, and it was still, it
mhm.
wasn't the same guy. So are
Right.
you trying to roll the dice? Divisional game, which could put y'all in first place, because y'all will be in 3-0 and a division with the same record as the Eagles, but because y'all have, 2 more divisional wins, are
Mhm.
you willing to take that chance? Especially
Like I
the
said,
next time y'all meet each other is at
I'm not
home
willing.
at
I really
Dallas.
don't wanna take the chance if I'm putting my Jerry Jones hat on, but if Dak comes out, y'all, he's going to light things up. I promise you that, because there's one Dak Prescott that you don't wanna mess up, and that is the Dak Prescott that's being counted out. Like, when Dak is being, and I think you're starting to see it, like, all right, bro, Dak is like, "Damn, I did all this last year, and here we are, people are talking about Cooper Rush, fans throwing trash on me. Nah, F
Absolutely.
that.
Ugh.
Nah. Nope, 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 nope. When I get my spot back, I'm carving things up. And that's kind of how he was last year, because, he had the foot injury, and then, he had the shoulder injury, didn't play all off season and preseason. So people are like, oh, the Dak, he wasn't worth the money. And like I said, I was at that game in Tampa, and when I saw Dak come at that tunnel, I said, oh, y'all in trouble tonight. And all these Bucks fans I was like, bro, I've never seen this type of look in this team's eyes. Everything just felt different. And if he comes out that tunnel at the link versus Philly with this team and this defense, it's gonna spark a lot. It's gonna be
But
crazy,
like you
man.
said, hey, this might be one of the best defense line that y'all might be facing,
Yeah.
with Hassan Reddick, with Ridgeway. Hassan
Mhm.
Reddick is only a sack and a half behind Micah Parsons, but have more 3 forced fumbles, two forced recovery fumbles. I mean, this dude is balling out because
Yeah.
Micah Parsons is in the same division, but Hassan Reddick is like constantly game in, game out, sack, sack, sack. You know what I mean? And this and that. So, would you want to throw him out there with Fletcher Cox and Jordan Davis, man? You saw Jordan Davis. If that run game is not working for the Cowboys, I mean, this dude don't even have to run. Jordan Davis, like, literally just stands there and look and boom, boom, let me get
He's a
you.
mountain, man. He's a
Boom, let
mountain.
me get you. So, do
Yeah.
you want him in that fire, or do you want Cooper
If
Rush that's been in this offense? It's kind of warm, to just go into business.
No, if you tell me Dak is 90%, yeah, absolutely. 80, 75, no. If he's 90, you know what I'm saying? I'm going with Dak, y'all. And I know that's the whole conversation, Dak and Cooper Rush. But we're winning. Like I said, if you think that Cooper Rush is a leprechaun and he's just a lucky guy and that's just why we're winning, keep rolling with him, then I'll understand that. But there is no way you can convince me that this team is better with Cooper Rush out there on the field. It's not from a
I don't
football
even think
perspective.
that.
It just makes zero sense, right? I mean, hell, we're a 6-point underdog, and I asked this question. If Dak was playing, maybe we'd be a
Nope.
2.5 or a 3. That just shows you right there.
And that's
You know
for
what I'm saying?
home field advantage.
Yeah,
So it's like a
yeah.
push.
Like, bro, we
Man,
were
it's like a
underdogs to the
push.
Giants. We were underdogs to the Giants, bro. Like, that's the fall
Cooper
off between
Rush.
Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush, right? So if you tell me Dak is 90% and we're not forcing him out there and you've checked everything, he's good to go. He's fallen down, he's gotten up, you punch the thumb, everything, he's good to go. Yeah, you go with Dak. But if you tell me, he could be okay, he's gonna kind of like, then no, I want to make sure that Dak is 100%. So yeah.
But do you feel like he's probably just kind of like playing because hey, the players won't ever be honest, man. Hey, we saw
Right,
what happened to Tua, right? Man, Tua,
right,
God, the whole world saw this dude was like
right,
concussed, and he was like, "No, I'm good. It's a back injury." So do you
right.
feel like that? Is he really telling the truth that he's pretty good? Because look, the doctors can't tell if he's 90%. And I mean,
Right,
it's on the player. That is his thumb. So
right.
because of the rumors of Cooper Rush is doing so well, Jerry Jones, man, the winning streak, do you feel like he's being pressured to come out a little bit earlier than anticipated?
I don't think it's from the organization. I think it's from Dak. Like, I think Dak wants to be out there with this team. Like, he talked to Calvin Watkins, who's one of our Cowboys reporters. He said when he came out today, Dak just said, "I'm sick of this, bro. Like, I just want to be out there, right? Because Dak's a competitor, and here's the
Yeah,
dirt that's being thrown. I mean, think about you, man. If you played a game last time, didn't play your best
absolutely.
game, you lost. Fans was booing you, throwing stuff at you. You want your redemption, right?
Absolutely.
I think when it comes to Dak, we're not going to know, right? We're not going to know what's going on in the closed practices. I think that's how you really gauge it. If you look at some of these throws and be like, that's just undak like, then no. But if you like, hey man, he's out there really slinging that ball. Everything is
But that's
good. He might,
practice, man. Man, you talking about practice.
yeah,
You talking about
but
practice.
practice is important. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell, I guess I seen him not even go the whole all season. Like, so like I said, if the throws are there
Yeah.
and you kind of tested the thumb, then yeah, you can go for it, man. But if there's any skepticism about it, nah, not this week.
All right, so look, we about to kind of wrap it up. A couple more questions. Eagles offensive defense, biggest concern for the Cowboys that you see. Like, man, this is like it. Man, it's gonna be a little tough, or it may be like our hardest test. What is it on the offensive side? On the defensive side, you could just give me 1 and 1 if you.
Yes, from the offensive standpoint, my biggest concern is in the interior, getting interior protection. You guys, I got Hargrave. You talked about Jordan Davis. I feel like that matchup versus Tyler Biadasz and also what could be Connor McGovern or Jason Peters. Now, I prefer Jason Peters to get on up out there, but I feel like the
Woo!
interior.
Barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken. Put
uh,
him out there.
yeah,
We want him out there
yeah.
too.
We'll see. You guys thought y'all were getting Jason Peters at left tackle. We getting him at left guard.
Because he didn't want to. No, no, matter of fact, we actually tried him at right guard. He did not want to play no other
See,
position
that's why
besides left tackle
you need
because he
Jerry to
wanted
sell
that
you.
money.
That's why you
He
can see
wanted
Jerry
that
to sell.
money.
Jerry sold
And
him
now
on it,
he's
right?
broke as a joke. He was like, I take whatever he gonna give me, coach. Put
Left
me
guard, right
in.
guard, long snapper, whatever.
I don't
But
get
yeah,
it.
I like Jason Peters, and I feel like this is the Jason Peters game. Like he knows how to handle this game in Philadelphia. Who better to disrupt it to be Jason Peters? So that's my first concern, and then also it really comes on Cooper Rush. If Cooper Rush is the Cooper Rush we saw versus the Rams, earmuffs Cowboys Nation, I just don't see how we get it done. I just don't see us beating the Eagles throwing the ball 16 times for 106 yards. It have to be like an all-time, defensive game, so I just feel like Cooper Rush is gonna have to be a lot better, and he's actually gonna have to pick his spots a lot better as well because there has been a lot of situations where Cooper Rush is just blessed and highly favored, where it's like, that could have been a pick six. That was an interception, bro. And you throw that at people like Slay, he's going to come back with it. So, he has to be a lot smarter. He's going to have to be a much better quarterback than he was on Sunday, but I feel like he's capable of doing. That's from an offensive standpoint. Defensively, we got to stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. We cannot let that run get moving because if we let the run game get started, then that's when the pull comes out. That's
Yes.
when, Jalen Hurts is going to be able to pull it out, hit Dallas Goedert over the top, hit A.J. Brown over the top, and everything's going to
Absolutely.
really start to fall in sync for the Eagles. And then secondly, we got to keep Jalen Hurts contained. Get to him early, get him rattled in the pocket, get his clock sped up, and then that's when the fun starts for the Cowboys fans because if you get him rattled and get him sped up, he's going to give you that ball. He's going to give the ball. And I'm sorry, young, this is what it is. And you know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's had his issues.
Wait, the Cowboys and the Eagles are tied for the least amount of turnovers. Like, I mean,
This
and we don't turn the
year,
ball over.
how many did he?
So what is this? I'm talking about this year.
I'm saying you have to base it off of what you saw last year and then also this year to find a tendency, right? Because if you were turnover prone versus the Cowboys versus that pressure, and the pressure is
he
up,
was young, man.
Like,
I mean, and y'all don't realize and what Jalen Hurts
like he's 18,
had.
he's like he came out of high school or something.
No. Y'all got a Jalen Hurts, right? That didn't even know that he was going to be a starter before week 1. Like, literally, that's number 1, right?
Last year?
And number 2, yes, last year. Yes, I promise you. Go back all off season.
He started in 2020 the second time we played him versus Andy Dalton. 2020, he lost to Andy Dalton.
Yeah, but no. Going to last season,
he lost to Dak.
Going to last season, he did not know that he was going to be a starter. I promise.
But he started those games.
Yeah, but he still was a young guy, right? First year and that system, by the way. No, remember, first year. No. Wait, first year under Nick Sirianni, a coach that didn't believe in running the ball. We set an NFL record or tied that Monday night massacre, I call it, you know what I mean, to rush the ball with Miles Sanders 3 times. 3 times you hand the ball off, a call legit run play 3 times. Who does that?
That's how explosive our offense was, though.
No! Stop! Hell no.
Y'all couldn't have run that game, bro. We were striking down the field. Like,
no.
The rate that we were putting up points that first game.
You know why? Because we came out the half, we were only down by 14. Like, literally, if that. And then we got the ball to start the half. So we could have went down there and literally scored. But he said this, I know that I had to match point for points. That's a young rookie head coach right there.
Yeah, he wanted a shootout. He wanted to bang. He didn't have the gun to do it.
A 14-point lead in third quarter is nothing. Man. Come on now. It's nothing. You can literally...
It is when you have one of the most explosive offenses in football because it gets you out of your character. That's the one thing, like I said, even here in Kansas City, right? Their offense, they're good. Kansas City offense is good, but it's not as boom. So it doesn't force you to get outside of yourself because it's like, all right, they can't score just like that with Tyreek Hill. Same thing with the Cowboys last year. Teams knew, bro, if you give them the ball back, you're down by 14 and you have to punt.
Yeah, that's the Chargers.
Bam,
the Chargers literally did that. Like, but still though, if you have a tired defense, if you are running the ball efficiently, just keeping that defense out there, right? You go down and score. You have to take the chance of a fresh defense, the Philadelphia Eagles fresh defense. They've been resting on the sideline for 8-9 minutes. Resting on the sideline. They're fresh. Who knows? We did sack Dak and strip them in the end zone. So anything can happen, right?
He scored. He crossed that end zone. But go ahead.
Stop it. Anyway, but that's what I'm saying. Like, offensive line was in shambles. Like, Mariota did not play. Lane Johnson was coming off literally his first game from mental health.
Does this sound like excuses? Because
No. I'm saying that this is a different Philadelphia Eagle team that y'all about to face. I want y'all to, just keep the same energy. This is a different Philadelphia Eagles offensive line that y'all about to face, defensive line y'all about to face. Y'all have not seen this Philadelphia Eagles team before. I know y'all keep going back to last year, but this is a new offensive team and defensive team, regardless how you want to put it. But let's go to the score prediction, man. Like, who wins and what is your score prediction, man? And give me a hot take too, man. A hot take to end this too.
I got Cowboys winning 21-17. Trayvon Diggs interception. I think a hot take. Micah Parsons gets his first interception in his career.
Whoa! First, okay, all right, man. Okay, that's ridiculous. But anyway,
ridiculous.
First interception on who? What? If he's rushing the guy, and
he's not gonna rush nonstop. He covers too. He does it all, baby. Mike Parsons does it all.
I don't know. He
does it all.
He's definitely not gonna cover Goddard.
They're gonna cover Goddard, but it's gonna be one of those.
Who's he gonna cover?
gonna be one of those pools, and Jalen Hurts gonna be like, I got him. I got him.
No, hell no. But look, hey, look, I got the Eagles winning this game, man. It is going to be a fought battle. Like, I mean, I'm not going to, because look, divisional games are hard to predict, man. Regardless how sorry the team must be, a 1-16, a 1-15 record, you 15-1, it doesn't matter to me, man. Divisional games are hard, especially after last year. Y'all put a candy ass. Y'all whoop our ass so bad, man. I was like, I can't wait to, like, after the first game, I was like, man, bring them next year because we ain't ready this year.
And that's why.
Let me see next year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's why. That's why y'all so fired up for this one.
I am.
I know.
Lie.
I want it so bad.
I'm gonna have my Batman man. Look,
I
got it already, man.
I got my beat up last year, man.
It's all, look, I don't care,
y'all the kids that got beat up last year at school. Now y'all take a little karate class. And they already come back in the first day of school.
Exactly. You know what? Because the bully is going down. The bully, don't stay a bully forever.
All right, don't get pushed on that slide again.
But look, hey, I got the Eagles winning this game, man, 27-21. I feel like that our defensive line is something that y'all haven't seen before. Yes, y'all face Aaron O'Donnell, but that's only one guy. Y'all literally had to defend 4 guys. The Eagles do not blitz that often. Like 90% of their sacks come with a 4-man front because they confuse everybody. They fake that cover, one, and then push everybody back. And a young quarterback like Cooper Rush, especially at the length with the noise. Kyler Murray was at home. He could not hear. You're like,
well, Cooper Rush is playing Monday night versus the Giants. Like, it was this.
The Giants is, come on, man.
That stadium was rocking.
The Giants fans to the Eagles fans?
That stadium, they was excited. They were all white. They was excited. Monday night football. Waving towels.
Trash.
They was ready.
They are probably ranked number 14th in defense. I don't even know how the Giants is 4-1 on his shoot. I don't. You know what I mean? Middle of the pack defense, middle of the pack offense. I don't know. But hey, that's another time. But Eagles winning 27-21. And my hot take is this. Cooper Rush gets sacked 6 times. Cooper Rush go down 6 times. Don't seem like it's it's ridiculous. So Michael Parsons is picking the ball off. His first INT. I got Cooper Rush going down 6 times because the rush is going to come all different directions. He's not going to be able to audible, and he's going to just go down instead of throwing what? INT. No interceptions, but 6 sacks on this game. So that's all I got to say, man. But
be fun, man.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be fun, man. But, hey, we're about to head out of here. Let them know, man, where they can find you at, man. It was a pleasure having you on.
Thanks for having me on, man.
Yeah, this was fun, man.
Tune in, man. See, everyone's like, all Tuck does is I was like, no, man. Like, I'll be play some bully ball, man. You throw some elbows in the paint, I'm throwing some elbows in the paint, man. But thank you, my guy, for having me on, man. Salute to everybody across all the channels and platforms who supported the show tonight. You can follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. My YouTube channel is CFO Sports. I do Dallas Cowboys football, do a lot of NFL draft football. I'm actually covering the Kansas Jayhawks, who had their first loss versus TCU football team. So I'm doing that. And then I guess we'll do the reveal. I'm actually doing Kansas basketball starting tomorrow night for the national champions for NCAA football or basketball. So that starts tomorrow night. So huge opportunity. So yeah, man, just grinding, staying, just putting my head.
I like that, man.
Great work, man. So salute to you, my guy. Keep climbing, man. I'll see you at the top.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I like it, man. Dallas Cowboy fan that don't live in Dallas, man, and actually a realistic one, man. I appreciate you coming on, man. If you're new to this channel, man, please hit that like button, subscribe button. On the way to 4K, man. And I try to do the play-by-play every time I can. As a matter of fact, as soon as I get off of here, I'm about to jump on a play-by-play for tonight's game and definitely Sunday night.
Like, I feel like now, like, do I have to watch the Washington game? Because Laura Bronson gonna be like, yo, you don't watch Washington game? Like, bro, I got so much going on.
You and LB, man. I'm out of it. That's between you and LB, man. But as always, man, hey, it's your boy, man. Go Birds. Beat the Cowboys.